Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. As you see what's going on on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today. We're going to be a bit more punctual, it's not white red, precise with my microphone placement to make sure my plosive P's are not popping my microphone. Because I did notice it as I was, because for like the third time in a row I forgot to title an episode, so I had a placeholder hashtag name, and when I was looking at the thing and when I was listening to it I was like, oh, my plosives are going crazy right now. I should do a thing where I would just have a pop filter, but I haven't. Hello everyone, right now in Fawnhallow it's 6:16 PM on Monday, January 26, 2026. Oh, Vivian's birthday, happy birthday Vivian. I did have a pop filter on my old mic stand, to be honest, but then I got rid of it for this one. Mainly because it didn't really fit very well on this stand, so I was going to get one of the ones which had, well, it's got a shock mount, this one, to be fair, but like I need to actually do the pop filter part as well. Like, if there's something you meant to do with just like lights or something, like pop filter DIY. Because there's no good way to attach my previous, well, my previous pop filter also kept falling, which made it rather annoying. She's a bent into shape hang and nylon pulled over it. I think my friend also like 3D printed one or something. Which is what I recalled. Maybe I should ask him about that. And see if that's still on the table. Anyway, not really the point. The point is the plosives made it crazy. What are we talking about? I'm having a lot of fun with Enfield, to be honest. The satisfactory portions of it are very, you know, they scratch the right itch in my brain. So it's a nice combination, I think, so far. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm in love with the game at the moment, because, you know, at the end of the day, it's not a gacha game. And while I do like elements, not elements of gacha, but elements that often come with gacha, like the ensemble cast of characters, I've not been quite won over by anyone yet. And the combat is fine, I would say. Like, I think it's novel, certainly, but it's not something which I'm gonna, I don't think it's gonna be something which I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna fall in love with this. For the rest of the time. But it's a nice time as a moment. It's just nice sort of like making things efficient, you know. I played a little bit just now. I mean, I redid a bit of my thing because I was just like, okay, well, I'm maxing out on berries now. Why don't I also use these berry farms to max out on the other berries as well? And I was like, wait, I still need the other berries for other things, so okay. I made like a mini berry farm. 2 mini berry farms in like the sub base, and now I'm like, I'm running out of space. I've got one more output node, which I could possibly use. Oh, drop item, which I could possibly use or something, and I don't even know what I'm going to use it for. But yeah, there is. I still have some things to unlock for the super efficient thing, so we got that coming. We got a D&D session today. Fawnhallow, you're here. So yes, we got you a gift. We got you cherries, which are foreign fruit, which, if you don't know, are one of the easiest presents to give someone. I'm not sure why it's so high up. I guess edible, consumable foods, pretty good for a present. Like I like to think of it as a equivalent of a bottle of wine, you know. Would Vivian drink wine? Absolutely, you know she would. But yeah, how's the other gachas going? I'm still undecided what I'm doing with Umu. I've made like a load of different aces now for the sprint champion meet coming up, and which ones seem to be the most consistent. I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was late Surger, it's not late Surger. I've made like quite a few like good late Surgers to try and gamble with. They don't seem to work very well. I mean, some when they hit, but they don't hit very often. That's the problem. So I might gamble. So I might bring Smart Falcon back, to be honest. I wasn't originally going to bring her, but then I found, I've now since learned that it's when she runs solo is when her unique props properly. And only when she runs duo and she's much better than the other frontrunner does it work as expected. So I might give it a go. Just so, you know, if she's up ahead, and Karen-chan turns out is like the best one. That I've made. So that's my plan. Smart Falco, because if she's solo, she'll have a pretty good chance of winning. Not always winning, but like a decent chance. And then if she's not the one, and she gets over, she's an overtake target for Karen-chan. That's the idea, at least. I don't know. It's interesting. It's a very interesting one because there's not as much strategy to this one. It's literally just throw everything to the wall and really, really hope you're the one who gets chosen. You're the one who hits big. Yes. Where else was I going to go with this? I don't really know. To be honest, I don't really think I was anywhere else. Yeah, what should I talk about though? I'm not really sure. I'm trying to think of something where I'm like, oh yeah, this is a fun concept for me to dive into. I can't really think of one. Not just like that, you know. I saw Rabbit and Steel. The next DLC has been announced, which is very exciting. I know. The game that some of us in our friend group had a lot of fun playing, so it's definitely going to be very exciting, I think, to play that when it properly comes out. What else have I really been thinking? Not much. This D&D session is going to be an interesting one coming up. It's going to be, I think, quite a heavy improv one. It's one which I've known about like for a while of what's going to happen, but it's also going to be quite heavy improv because I'm just like, it's a bit difficult to know exactly what they might ask. Like, I have an idea of what they'll ask, and I do know, of course, what the actual plot is. So it's going to be in the moment I'm going to have to figure out how they would respond. How they would respond. Well, that's one conversation. That's a main plotline conversation. The other one's going to be total improv because I don't know what they're going to say. So that we're going to have to figure out at some point. Yeah. Don't know where else I was going to go with that, to be honest. But yeah, certainly I'm going to run into an issue eventually of playing too many gacha games, right? So someone's got to give. To be honest, the way I play them is I basically only play like one actively. Yeah, the rest I do like the dailies for on like a very quick level, and the dailies take like half an hour. Like if I'm super efficient, if I'm locked in, like even efficiently doing the loading screens, I could probably get more done in half an hour. Just the loading screens. Like I've got it down to art now, you know. I've got both my phones. I have one. There's some running projects like Honkai Star Rail on that one. Auto mode Zen Zone 0. Switch to the other screen. It's too much, to be honest. But you might be like, when does Ume Musume do it? Oh, Ume Musume I normally do when I have like downtime. Or when I'm watching something else. When I'm relaxing. So the time management is going to be a bit weird, I think. But yeah. I don't know, D&D is going to be weird. I don't really have a lot to talk about. Like, there's not really a lot I can really say about D&D because anything I could is going to be possibly spoilery. Because this one's a real potential for, like, lore. There could be a lot of things which come out, depending on what they say. I don't know. But otherwise, I don't really know what else to talk about. I'm sort of just going around in a circle. I will say, I actually have recorded a lot of my videos in advance, so good job me. For this time, you know what? I might as well set the 9 Souls thumbnail art because I forgot to do that as well. I do want to play more 9 Souls, although I will say the boss one is pretty difficult. I'm kind of getting into the groove of Lorelei. Like, it's starting, I think, to find its place. In the most recent episode. I can't remember what I did in the most recent episode. But I was like, I had a revelation. I was like, many things are now coming together. I still don't really understand what the plot is, or what that all means, but We'll figure it out. But yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. It's actually very soon, by the way. Rabbit and Steel 1. Like, I guess we'll talk about Rabbit and Steel. Have I actually spoken about Rabbit and Steel as a game? If I haven't, I really should at some point. But it was really random because, like, it's been developed for a long while, and obviously deadlines get pushed back and back, and it's a solo dev, so I'm not even going to pretend that I'm going to be, like, angry about it or anything. I'm super excited they even made this game, to be honest, and I'm super excited how fun it is. But it must be pretty stressful, I'd imagine. And then when it actually has finalised, it's coming out, it's like February 6th. That's like literally 2 weeks away. That's literally not this Friday, next Friday. That's so soon. Wait, no? That's like 12 days or something? So obviously we're going to play it on that day. As soon on release, we'll try and do as much of it as we can. More 5 AM mornings playing this game. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to be excited, I think, for a game again, you know, I guess. Anticipating something. Because it really is like a very fun game. And it's a very fun game with friends. And it's not often that we play a fun game with friends, which is not an ongoing games as a service sort of game, you know? It's a unique one. It's a very unique one, which we are persevering through, you know? And unique one or persevering through? What on earth am I talking about? Sorry, like my mind is gone right now, which doesn't bode well for D&D. But more like the idea of like, it's rare to have like a game which we come to a definitive end of, and then another one comes out. The only other time I can think of is Pico Park, to be fair, but that one, that's pretty hard to organise 8 people together to play Pico Park. I don't even remember who we played it with last time. Obviously I'm not going to say it out loud because you don't know my friends, right? If 8 friends owned this game, exactly, so... And it definitely wasn't this person, so... It was you. Okay, interesting. Anyway, Pico Part 2 came out. I don't think we ever played it, but... Well, we haven't played it. I don't know why I said I don't think. It's going to be difficult, I think, to get everyone together again. Mainly because one of these people, I bet, basically never online. But yeah, it's rare to have, like, that sort of collaborative multiplayer thing which had a definitive end, and then you just wait for the next one. At least for me, I think. Because most of the multiplayer games, as I say, I play our games as a service. There's no downtime, you just keep going, right? I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. It's a good or bad thing, I suppose. I mean, it's kind of like most games are kind of a games as a service now. It's kind of a way to go, I suppose. So yeah. Anticipation. What other anticipations are happening? I don't know, to be honest. I'm trying to think of other games which I'm excited about coming out. Like, there's some co-op games I'm playing with a friend, but we haven't played in a while, and that's my fault. I'm going to be absolutely clear, it's not on his side. Because it's quite difficult to find time. So that my weekends are almost always occupied. To be fair, if our weekends are free, then normally we do something in person rather than online. But like Monday, Wednesday's already gone. Friday's usually gone, Tuesday, Thursdays. Or sometimes be recording days, especially if a Saturday's already busy. Doesn't give a lot of time. And especially because I'm very much a late night person. I guess Fridays is starting to become a sort of de facto drawing day, which is good. Like, again, as I say, like I do pretty well with like a sort of structural thing. Gone over days of Thursday writing group, back over days of Friday drawing group. Which I think I do need to finish for shading on this drawing, which maybe I can do today, I don't know. Or maybe I'll just play more Enfield, I don't know. There's a somewhat addictive quality, I think, to the task of optimization, which I'm enjoying a lot. But yeah. What am I even talking about? I don't know, I'm just thinking about my schedule, really. Things which are coming up. Like, there's a lot of things which are coming up in a few days. I mean, a lot of it's like during personal life. So obviously I'm not going to be like, oh, we have this to you, because one, you'll have no context, and two, this is my personal life after all. But it's nice. It's nice having things which are fun to look forward to, eh? My calendar's already, you know, it's nice to be busy. That's what I'd say. Every minute got to be doing something or another. There's something else I got to do today, which I probably will have to do after D&D. Now I think about it, but we'll have to see how it goes. Sometimes that's it. So I'm also playing Pokemon on my phone. This is how I do my gacha games. I just play a different game on my phone at the same time. And be like, yeah, this is efficiency. But yeah. I don't know what else I was going to say about it. Don't you know? I'm really thinking about what I'm going to do for this D&D, because this D&D could be very weird. This session. I don't know if in a good way or a bad way. And right now I'm trying to decide what to send to this friend who I constantly send cards to. What card do you need? You want that one? I don't know if I can give you that one. I can give you this one, though. Yeah, I don't know. Anticipation. Excitement. February 6th. That's what I'm counting down for. And then that'll probably be around the time. Wait, did I do my... I did do the Champions Meeting runs today. It went okay. I won 50%. Which is expected to be lower than usual because I didn't put as much effort into these ones. I tried for a bit and I was like, damn, this is too much effort. I can't be bothered anymore. So the sprint one, I'm sort of trying harder a bit more. That's why I've done so many different builds. Enough to fill up a lobby of 9 to try them out against each other. And it's always Karen-chan, one of her Super Creeks. And then Smart Falco, which comes on top. So I'm just like, alright, I guess those are the ones I'm running. Even if they're not necessarily, I mean, they're pretty strong, but they're just the ones which I've got the best results with. Oh, January 29th as well. I didn't even realise that's the next Zoom Movie ban. That's also something to look forward to. See, that's a nice thing of having all these games as a service things. It's about when new updates and drops come along. It's always kind of exciting. You're like, yeah, this is fun. Well, I find it fun. Maybe you don't find it fun. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to round this episode up here, because I've spoken about nothing today. So, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.